Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so we are back again with another alliance war. This is war 10, New Nation against KENOB. This is actually rematch. I believe we did beat them the first time around in this season, but you know, KENOB is always dangerous. It hasn't necessarily been the best season for them, but they are basically the most winningest alliance war alliance we have had in the history of the game. They have won the more first place finishes than anybody else. So it's always crazy tough war. I'm using Odin, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and Havok, and we're going to be doing Path 8 in Section 1, and here I only do have one fight, and that is going to be against this Warlock. So I'm actually going to apply a couple of pre-fights on my Cosmic Ghost Rider here from Odin, because I only wanted the protection one on my Havok, so we're going to give him the shock damage reduction and also aptitude. Now there's a very interesting interaction with that aptitude one, which I didn't notice at the beginning, but it also counts as one of the judgments for Cosmic Ghost Rider because it is an aptitude buff, so I don't necessarily need to throw heavy attack at the beginning of the fight anymore. That will not give me, you know, a new judgment placed upon. So I actually didn't notice that in this fight, but it's fine. And it's Cosmic Ghost Rider with power back boosts against Warlock, and even though I am taking some degen damage there from Warlock's abilities, you know, everything is well under control. There's not too much to stress about, and we finished the fight at 87%. And Warlock is a fairly common placement there. It's also a fairly scary placement there, but Cosmic Ghost Rider did the job just fine. Now we can move on to Section 2. It's also funny because initially I was meant to do my fights after the boss was done, but then I ended up having to do a mini-boss in the final boss island, so I kind of had to change my plans. Either way, this is going to be Havok against Dr. Doom again, and I have done this fight, I believe, in last war, and this fight was literally the reason why I ranked up Havok. But this time I'm gonna have a bit more solid fight plan. I did a lot of mastery shenanigans here again, and I do have, you know, the mutant mastery to reduce the bleed duration. I do have max inequity and point in resonate, and max coagulate and points in suture. But and then I have no precision, no cruelty, and just greater strength maxed out and a few other things like that, just to increase the power of my detonations. But that's pretty much the point here. Is I just want to hit him whilst he's in shock phase, get shocks on myself. Those shocks have significantly reduced damage against Havok as is. And whilst he's in bleed phase, ideally I just want to hit his block in order to maintain spacing, and that is about it. As I'm going to be getting these shocks, obviously he's going to be detonating plasmas like crazy. And the key thing to be careful for in this fight is quite simply do not get doom slapped. Because when you do have shock on you, he can passively stun you by charging heavy attack. And well, then you're kind of screwed a bit. But we're all good. We're all good. We can see that the fight is well under control. I'm at 96%. He's at 38%. I will make a tiny slip up towards the end, but that for... we have the Indestructible 3 boost, and, you know, we're going to be perfectly fine. I'm getting more, well, I'm getting a shock placed again on me, so he's getting more plasma detonations. I think I can probably finish off the fight at this point. I just kind of wanted to be sure, but here I do get caught on dashback, and 2 of my 3 indestructibilities get used and save me. But still, I'm 97% health against this beefy rank 4 Doom, and Havok just finishes the fight off with level 3. So it was a very solid, very clean, kind of good fight. Now I again changed up my mastery setup specifically for Cosmic Ghost Rider, and we're going to be going up against Bishop here. Now Bishop is always one of those champions that is a bit scary for me to face, even though Cosmic Ghost Rider is a really good matchup against the guy because of his Incinerate immunity. I do have the shock damage reduction on Cosmic Ghost Rider here, so even if I do get some shock debuffs on me, it's not going to be end of the world. But, you know, ideally I still don't want it to happen too much, so I kind of, you know, slow played it initially at the beginning with a few parries. And here I do have 2 judgments. I go for my level 2. We can see that we have the 5 judgments. We drop level 2, we get back tons of power. I just reparry here and go for another level 2, and the fight is over, and 86% health. As simple, as easy, as monstrous as it comes, pretty much. And then the next one is going to be the last fight against Burgess again. Now, Dr. Octopus is actually very good placement here. Dr. Octopus will gain an armor buff pretty much every 5 hits I go up against him, because he will get armor up whenever he reaches, 100 in his research category. And that basically takes 5 hits to happen. So if I drop a full combo against the guy, I know for a fact that he will gain armor up and has a chance to go unstoppable. Obviously, he's still the unstoppable armor defender, so every 15 or so seconds, he also will gain an armor up and also has a chance to go unstoppable. But I'm just going to go for a 5-hit combo here with my Indestructible 3 boost, and we can see that he did get an armor up, but he did not go unstoppable. So now at this point, I'm kind of safe because I'm nearly at 2 bars of power, so I am just going for my level 2. Even though I did have Falter on, I still had the Vigilance that lets me bypass miss. Now, at one point there, Dr. Octopus power locked me because I was gaining a whole bunch of power, but it's all fine. I just finished out the fight fairly cleanly and everything went well. Now, when we're talking about the entire season and entire war, we are in a very interesting place where New Nation's playing really bloody well. New Nation is playing really, really well for last 3 wars, especially our battle group. We just also happen to have opponents who are doing their best. Now, last 2 wars, BG3 went with 0 deaths. Against Warlock, we died like 0 times in total. Against GT40, and we won that war against GT40. I think we died 5 in total, and we lost that one 3-5. And against this war, then in this war, our battle group unfortunately did not get the 3rd consecutive donut. In this war, we died once. And then as an alliance, we died twice. But that is not good enough always. And KENOB only died 1 time. So they do take the W for this war, and we are out of top 3 for now. Now, we still have a chance to get back in it, depending how season unfolds. But this season is definitely very tense and interesting. And overall, even though we lost the war, I'm definitely happy with how much New Nation has been improving as an alliance and how the fights are going and everything else. But yeah, this entire war, we died quite early at the beginning. I think one of the first 10 or 15 fights. And then we went up until both teams having like 120 attacker kills with the same score. So none of the alliances were dying for a really, really long time. Now, we did explore it earlier than KENOB did, so we did have a bit of hope. But no, they finished clearing up clean as well. And the entire war, we have 3 deaths in total. We have 1 for KENOB and 2 for New Nation. So when you are chasing top 3, it's important to understand that you can lose a war even with 2 deaths. And unfortunately, that is exactly what happened here. But that is pretty much it for this war. We have 2 wars left. As I said, we still do have a chance to get in top 3. And hopefully that is what we can accomplish. And yeah, let's see how the season finishes. This is getting very, very exciting. Hope you guys enjoyed the war video, and I'm going to catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the